Once upon a time, in a cozy little forest, tucked away under a blanket of twinkling stars, there lived a fluffy white bunny named Hopper. Hopper had the softest fur you could imagine, like a cloud made of cotton, and big, floppy ears that twitched at every little sound. His home was a warm burrow under an old oak tree, filled with fresh carrots and soft moss for a bed. But tonight, something was wrong. Hopper just couldn't fall asleep. He tossed and turned in his burrow, his little nose wiggling as he tried to get comfortable. "Why can't I sleep?" he wondered aloud, his voice a soft whisper in the quiet night. Outside, the forest was alive with gentle sounds, the rustle of leaves in the breeze, the distant hoots of an owl, and the soft chirping of crickets singing their lullabies. But none of it helped Hopper. His eyes were wide open, staring at the ceiling of his burrow. Finally, Hopper decided he couldn't stay in bed any longer. He hopped out of his burrow and into the moonlit forest. The moon was big and round, like a giant silver coin hanging in the sky, casting a soft glow on everything below. "Maybe a little walk will tire me out," Hopper thought. So off he went, his tiny paws padding softly on the forest path. First, Hopper came across his friend Squirrel, who was busy gathering acorns even though it was nighttime. Squirrel had a bushy tail that swished back and forth like a broom, and he was always full of energy. "Hello, Hopper," Squirrel chattered, dropping an acorn in surprise. "What are you doing out so late? Shouldn't you be sleeping?" "I can't sleep," Hopper sighed, his ears drooping. "My mind is racing like a river, and my eyes won't close." Squirrel thought for a moment, scratching his head with a tiny paw. "I know. When I can't settle down, I count my acorns. It always makes me feel calm. Let's try it together." So they sat under a tree, and Squirrel pulled out his pile of acorns. 1 acorn, 2 acorns, 3 acorns, they counted. Hopper joined in, his voice getting softer with each number. But after counting to 20, Hopper still felt wide awake. "Thanks, Squirrel, but I think I need something else," he said politely, and hopped on. Next, Hopper met Fox, who was sly and clever, with reddish fur that shimmered in the moonlight. Fox was curled up near a bush, but he opened one eye when he heard Hopper approaching. Well, little bunny, out for a midnight stroll?" Fox asked with a yawn. "I can't sleep, Fox," he explained. "Squirrel said to count acorns, but it didn't work." Fox chuckled softly. "Acorns, that's for squirrels. When I can't settle down, I listen to the wind's stories. It whispers secrets through the trees." Fox led Hopper to a clearing where the wind blew gently. They lay down on the grass, and Fox said, "Close your eyes and listen." The wind rustled the leaves, sounding like a soft song. Whoosh, whisper, swoosh. Hopper tried hard, imagining the wind telling tales of faraway lands, of brave animals and hidden treasures. It was soothing, but after a while, Hopper's eyes popped open again. "It's nice, Fox, but I'm still not sleepy," he admitted. "Don't worry, Hopper. Keep searching," Fox encouraged, and Hopper continued on his way. Deeper into the forest, Hopper found deer, graceful and tall, with antlers like branches reaching for the sky. Deer was munching on some tender grass under the stars. "Hopper, my friend, what brings you here at this hour?" Deer asked, her voice gentle like a lullaby. Hopper told him about his trouble sleeping and the advice from Squirrel and Fox. Deer nodded thoughtfully. "I understand. When the night feels too long for me, I gaze at the fireflies. Their lights dance like tiny stars on earth, and it calms my heart." She led Hopper to a meadow where fireflies twinkled all around, their glows flickering on and off like magical lanterns. "Watch them," Deer whispered. Hopper sat mesmerized, following the patterns of light. Blink, glow, twinkle. He imagined they were fairies playing tag. It was beautiful and peaceful, and Hopper felt a little yawn escape, but still, sleep didn't come fully. "Thank you, dear. It's helping a bit, but I need more," he said. As Hopper hopped further, the forest grew quieter, and he reached a sparkling stream. There he met Otter, playful and fun, sliding down the muddy bank into the water. Otter had sleek fur and a mischievous grin. "Hopper, join me for a splash," Otter called out. "I'm trying to sleep, but I can't," Hopper replied, sitting by the water's edge. Otter floated on his back, looking up at the sky. "Sleep? Bah! When I can't drift off, I float in the stream and let the water rock me like a cradle. Come on, try it." Hopper hesitated, but dipped his paws in the cool water. Otter helped him float gently, the stream bubbling and lapping like a mother's gentle hum. Hopper closed his eyes, feeling the rhythm, rock, sway, splash. It was relaxing, and his body felt heavier, but his mind still wandered. "Almost, Otter, but not quite," he said gratefully. Continuing his journey, Hopper climbed a small hill and found Bear, big and cuddly, snoring loudly in his cave. But Bear woke up when Hopper peeked in. "Little Hopper, is that you? What's the matter?" Bear rumbled, his voice deep like thunder, but kind. Hopper shared his story, mentioning all his friends he'd met. Bear scratched his hairy head. When I have trouble sleeping, and it happens after eating too much honey, I tell myself a story, a long, adventurous one about exploring the woods." Bear invited Hopper to sit by the fire he quickly lit with some twigs. "Let me tell you one." So Bear began. "Once upon a time, a brave bunny who ventured into the deepest parts of the woods. He wove a tale of Hopper as a hero fighting off sneaky shadows with his friends, discovering hidden berry patches, and riding on the back of a friendly eagle. The story went on, with twists and turns, laughter and excitement. Hopper listened, his imagination soaring. But as the story ended, he was still awake, though yawning more. "That was wonderful, Bear. I feel closer to sleep," he said. Now the night was growing older, and Hopper felt a bit tired from all the hopping. He made his way to the tallest tree in the forest, where old wise Owl lived. Owl had feathers as gray as storm clouds and eyes like golden moons. He was perched on a branch, watching the world below. "Hoo-hoo, young Hopper, I see you are having a sleepless night," Owl said wisely. "How did you know?" Hopper asked, looking up.